angeke khumbule lokho because ngathi mangibuza lo iphoyisa after that kwafika lo mfundi sebengichaza ukuthi uyena ongise kamereni so angazi wasala kwenzakalani.
I cannot explain that. Because after I was interviewed by this police officer, then came this clergyman or the reverend that arrived there, and he took me into the bedroom, and I couldn't therefore continue to be observant of what was happening with the rest of the people that were inside of the house.
Yes, what I'm trying to get is that we know for sure that the one person that did not come back was Mtokozi Sitwala, because he went and stayed at the hospital. Correct.
Siyakwazi ukuthi umuntu ongazange wabuya umthokozi Sithwala ngoba yena ke wasala khona lapha esibhedlela.
Oh yeah. Azangabuyi masiphume esibhedlela.
Yes. When we came back from the hospital, he didn't come with us.
And then you, Zandile Khumalo, Kelly Khumalo, Makhumalo, and Longwe Twala, did you return to the scene from hospital?
Wena uZandile Khumalo, Kelly Khumalo, Makhumalo, no Longwe Twala. Niye naphindele khona lapha endlini la isigameko senzeke khona.
Okwalonga awulonga ngikhumbuli ngimbona, that is why ngingafuni ukuthi angikhumbuli ngimbona because mangibuya mina ngabuya nomunye umama nje ngani umakhilwani so laba abanye ba travela ngayo imoto le yasenzo.
I did not see Longwe. I wouldn't want to remark or to give my remark pertaining Longwe because upon I returned to the house I didn't see him. I came back with a lady. I should think that she may have been a neighbor there, but I had embarked in a vehicle, and the rest of the people, they were in a different mode of transport as well.
Okay, let's remove Longwe because you can't recall him being back.
Asemkhipha.
So, the point that I'm trying to get from you is this. When you were interviewed, were Zandile Khumalo, Kelly Khumalo, Makhumalo also present in that room when you were interviewed by the police officer?
Ngenkathi ke wena ubuza imibuzo ngakulelo gumbi mhlawumbe okanye kuleyo ndawo o ingxenye leyo ndlu ngabe uZandile uKelly noMakhumalo bebe khona lapho ngenkathi wena ubuza imibuzo amaphoyisa okanye iphoyisa?
Yebo babekhona no dog segcina amaphoyisa abanye ngoba nami le statement ngasenza ngimenge inyawo emile nayo lo phoyisa le nthatha so.
Yes, they were there because even myself at the time that I was finishing the statement to the police, I was standing, because there were now numerous police officers that had already then came into the house.
So let me get this straight. So individually, you were interviewed by a separate police officer, Zandile is separate police officer, and the like with Makhumalo and Kelly Khumalo at the same time.
Again, ngicacele khona la. Wena ke wabuza imibuzo phoyisa elthize, and then elinye phoyisa labuza uZandi imibuzo. uMakhumalo wabuzwa imibuzo elinye phoyisa. Ilokho kusho?
Angisho kanjalo. Angisho nje ngithi angibonanga bona ba interview ubani napha amaphoyisa exactly.
No, that is not what I am saying. Like I have said, that I did not witness them being interviewed by the police officers, or which police officers interviewed them.
And do you recall if that police officer who was interviewing you was taking notes for the purposes of recording that interview with you?
Uyakhumbula yini ukuthi ngoba lokukhuluma yena ke obeloko eloba nje phansi?
Yebo.
Yes, I remember that. It was being reduced into writing.
And I believe yesterday, correct me if I'm wrong, you testified that at some stage, I'm not sure whether it was on the same day or some time later, but Chico Twala came to Malbatten and you all had to explain to him what had transpired on the 26th of October at the Khumalo household. Is that
correct? Lokho izolo uma uthuluba kubufakazi ukuthi uChico wafika khona lapha eMalbatten kwamele ke ukuthi manje nimxoxele ukuthi kwenzakalani khona lapha yana kwaMakhumalo nge26.
I don't think that is entirely correct. The witness didn't say they had to explain what happened. He says he was only introduced as Senzo's friend and Mr. Chikotola then mentioned that she wants to take Ms. Kumalo out on a holiday.
Yeah, that's correct.
Now, you doc identified, that is, you identified accused number 2 for the first time here in court in your testimony. We are not talking about the previous time, we are only talking about these proceedings here now,
Wamkhomba ke lo
correct?
mangalelo wesibili khona la enkantolo asakhulumi ke ngenkathi uyingxenye yenqubelo yokuqala sisho khona manje nje.
Yes.
Wamkhomba khona la enkantolo.
Yebo ngimkhomba.
That is correct. I identified accused person number 2.
And from my understanding, the crux of your doc identification is that once you've seen a face, it's not easy to forget it, and also because of the beard, the height, and the hoodie, correct?
Oh, sure. Ukuthi mawuke wabona ubuso nokuthi ke impawu oyibonile nje ngamadevu lawo nobude bakhe lokho kwenza ke ukuthi kungabi lula ukuthi umkhohle ukwazile ukuthi umkhombe nje la enkantolo lokho kushilo.
Yebo.
That is correct.
Now, you have never previously identified accused number 2 at any ID parade or photographic lineup before, correct?
Umangalelo wesibili awukaze umkhombe nanoma ikuphi ngaphandle kwenkantolo nje lana. Mhlambe ke sithi bamile nje emgceni kuthiwa ke khomba ke azange umkhombe phela umangalelo wesibili. Umkhombe nje la enkantolo kuphela.
Yebo kunjalo because akaze vele ngibizwe kwi-ID parade ekhona vele.
That is indeed correct. Because I was never rather called to an identification parade where accused number 2 was a part of that lineup.
In fact, for my clients, I may even extend your statement to say that you've never also attended an ID parade where accused number 1 was present as well, correct?
No, ukuthi awuzange uye kwikhomba parade la umangalelwa wokuqala ebeyikhona. Asakhuluma ngomangalelo wesibili manje, sikhuluma ngomangalelo wokuqala.
Yes.
Yes. Uthi yebo.
And accused number 2 was arrested in June 16, 2020. Did the police come and tell you that they've arrested suspects in this matter?
Mangalelo wesibili waboshwa nge-16 June 2020. Ngabe amaphoyisa eza ke ezobika ukuthi sekhona boshiwe okanye khona baboshiwe kuleli qala?
Ya ngiyakwazi lokuthi khona ababoshwa ngakuzwa lokho yes.
Yes, I heard about that there are of those suspects that were apprehended.
Now, when did you first see photos or images of the second accused after his arrest in 2020?
Wabona nini ke izithombe zikamangalelo wesibili. Mawuqala ukuyibona izithombe zikamangalelo wesibili emva kokuthi yena aboshwe ngo-2020. Wayibona nini izithombe zakhe?
Angazi ukukhuluma ngaziphi ithombe usho ziphi ithombe ukuthi ngazibona.
I don't know which photographs are you referring to. Would you say that I had seen or which I saw? Which photographs in particular?
Let me say perhaps from mass media, internet, or social media.
We mass media, we internet mhlambe. Kule inkundla zokuxhumana.
Ya ngangazibona ephepheni.
I once saw them in a newspaper.
And would you recall when was that? Just about a rough estimation, 2020, 2021?
Ngakhumbula kwaba nini mawubona lokho lezo ithombe? Ngo 2020 noma nini?
Ayi noma ngasakhumbula unyaka kodwa usifiso meyo wakwafika ekhaya ephethe iphepha nje la bantu laba bafaka bushiwe befake ama mask nala ngathi indwangu nje. wangibuza ukuthi ubani wadula usenzo.
No, I may not necessarily remember clearly the time or which year in particular, but I remember there was a stage where Sfiso came, having a piece of a paper that was depicting, the pictures of the people or the suspects, and they were wearing some form of masks in that picture. It was detailing them as wearing masks.
And when the accused number 2 was arrested in 2020, and after having knowledge that there are people that are arrested and seeing the picture, like you're saying in the newspaper, did you then go to the police to say, I can now recognize accused number 2 as the first intruder that I saw in the house on the 26th of October 2014?
Useboshiwe manje ngo-2020. Kanti-ke sekukhona-ke ukuthi ilokhunjani zabo zikhona laphana, iy'thombe zabo zikhona emaphepheni. Usuyakwazi lokho ukuthi uboshiwe. Uye waya yini emaphoyiseni ukuthi manje sengingamkhomba lona umangalelwa wesibini nje ngomuntu owangena aqala laphana endlini.
Angikhumbuli bevela bengafaka ngama-mask emaphepheni. Mostly bevela befaka ama-mask isanda kwenzeka, isanda kuboshwa, ngasho kanjalo. Befaka ama-mask.
I do not remember them appearing in the papers without masks. When they appeared in the papers after they were arrested, the masks were on, so they were wearing masks.
If I may ask you, did you subsequently, after the newspaper article that was shown by the deceased brother, did you then see further photos of the accused without masks on after the COVID pandemic?
Emva kokuthi-ke ubhuti kaMufi abonise iy'thombe zabo labo balisa ephepheni bafaka ama-masks, ngabe kwaba nethuba yini lawo-ke wabona iy'thombe zabo bengafakile ama-mask emva kokuthi i-COVID mhlawumbe isendlulile?
Ngikhumbuli.
No, I do not remember.
Now, if I may refer you to a statement that you made, which is A2210, is it 216 or 216? This is not clear. Malot, is a statement that was discovered to us. It was taken on the 5th of November 2020 at 1918 by, who took this, Mr. Mix? Okay, it was taken by Colonel Gininda. He was colonel by then, but I think now he's a brigadier. Do you have that document in front of you?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Okay. Now, the document in front of you, do you know who Colonel Gininda is?
Yeah, Mazu Colonel Gininda
now is?
Brigadier Gininda manje. Kodwa ngaleso sikhathi ke beku Colonel Gininda.
Yeah.
Yes, I know Brigadier Gininda.
And to recollect your memory, like I said, the statement is 5 November 2020 at 1918. It's here in Pretoria. And when this statement was made, did you and the person that made this statement speak the same language?
Should we nalo muntu ke obe ubumnikeza lesi statement ben khuluma ke ulimi olulodwa ngoba I statement siphane ngaso nge5 November 2020.
Ulimi olulodwa yini kanjani? Language.
Yes.
Sikhuluma isiZulu.
Yes.
Yeah, sikhuluma isiZulu.
And
Yes,
then,
we were conversant in Zulu.
how was the statement made? Where you as I see, it's Colonel Gininda's handwriting. So he was asking you questions and you narrated the answer back to him and he wrote it down, correct?
Ubekubuza imibuzo bese ke wena ke uyaphendula abhale phansi yena. Bekunjalo?
Ngiyacabanga because isayinwe yimi ngiyacabanga impela ya.
I think it was like that because I'm the one that had signed the statement. It may have been like that.
Manje sifundeki isi handwriting yala.
I'll try to read it because I just want to read that only the second paragraph of thereof, but I just want to make sure that, like you say, having been satisfied with the document, you then signed it and you say you see your signature on the document, correct?
Emva uthi ke waneliseke ilokho kuqhubethe lesi statement was uyasignela. Ukubonisa ukuthi wanelisekile.
Yeah, masayinwe yimi akushuthi ngiyasenza ngayenza yes.
Then let me try to
if it was signed by myself, it means I'm the one that finished that statement.
if I may read it then to you at paragraph 2 thereof.
Let's beg paragraph 2.
It says, the colonel asked me if I will be able to identify any of the suspects I saw when the offense took place in October 2014. I informed the colonel first. What? This incident took place a long time ago, and I'm not sure if I will be able to identify them again. I indicated to him that I am not sure, and in brackets it says 50-50. You see that?
Uyakubona lokho ke obhalela na ukuthi uKhenele ke wasuyangibuza ukuthi uma kungenzeka ke ukuthi okanye ke wangibuza ukuthi ngakhona yini ukuthi ngibakhombe labantu kanye labasola uma kungenzeka ukuthi ngibabone abenzeke lobugebengu khona ke ngaleso sikhathi ngo-October 2014 ngase ngiyamtshela ke uKhenele ukuthi lesi sigameko senzeke esikhathini esiningi esendlule angikho ke sesimeni sokuthi mhlambe ngakhona ukuthi ngiphinde ngibakhombe futhi ngase ke ngiyamtshela nokuthi anginaso isiqiniseko kuvelela ke u50-50 lapho ke kuma brackets yakubona
kumele ndo 50-50.
What does that 50-50 represent? Yes, I see the
50-50.
I don't remember saying 50-50.
It is there, and you appended your signature to the document.
Sorry?
I beg yours?
I mean, it's written there. I didn't manufacture that. It's in the document, and you signed the document.
Ibhaliwe nje yona leyo nto leyo. Akusiyi mina ke wabhala leyo document. Kanti wena ke uye wayisayina leyo document.
All right, akulungile ke qhubeke because akana impendulo ukuthi umele ngishuthi naye akawazi.
You can proceed because you don't have the answer as to what does that 50-50 represent. Okay. So you can proceed.
Yes, but the essence of the statement that I've just read to you is that in 2020, you informed Colonel Gininda that you perhaps may not be able to identify the suspects that you saw because the incident happened a long time ago, correct?
Ileyo nto ke engicile kuyo lena ukuthi wamtshela ubaba uGininda lapha ukuthi angeke ukwazi ukukhomba ngoba ke lesi sigameko senzeke isikhathi esiningi esendlule yenzekele kudala kakhulu.
Ngicela ukulungisa lelo phutha angikaze ngithi ngeke ngikwazi. I'm not sure if ngisazokwazi ukubabona. Ngisho ngeke ngikwazi. Isinto asithi nje sona.
I didn't say
I'm
that
not sure
I cannot identify them. I just said that I am not sure
if ngisazokwazi.
If I will be able to. Not that I cannot.
Yes. Because basically isikhathi eside mos.
Because there had been a long time that had passed after the incident transpired.
Okay, let me read that again, especially the part that says, and I read, I informed the colonel first. These incidents took place long time ago, and I am not sure if I will be able to identify them again.
Iloko kushoyo. Yes. Ukuthi lesi sigameko ngatshela uKenneth ukuthi lesi sigameko senzeka esikhathini esiningi esendlule kanye kudala. Emva lokho ke anginaso ke isiqiniseko sokuthi ngakwazi yini ukuthi ngibakhombe futhi. Yes.
Yeah, kunjengoba ubusho nje.
It is indeed as you say.
Well, what does it mean? Explain it to me.
Oh, awusho ngayicacisa kumina.
Advocate ngicama ngifika la ke khona inkulumo ke wayikhuluma.
Advocate, I think there is something
Fader
that
or
you
something.
said.
Sayikhumbula.
There's something that you said to the effect of fading.
Sayikhumbula leyo.
Do you remember that you spoke something that has to do with
memory
fading?
fading. Yes.
So reason ngibhala kanje because bengingazi noma ngisazokwazi ukubabona until ngize court because angaze ngibe parade.
Now, the reason why I finished the statement like that was because I was uncertain of the fact that I will be able to point them until I came to court and saw them.
Yes, but my understanding is that you say then you are 50-50, but you come to court today and yesterday, and you are adamant that accused number 2 is the person that you saw as intruder number 2 in the house.
Manje into engishoyo la ukuthi lana kwi statement 50-50 ngamanye amazwi awunaso isiqiniseko esiphelele kodwa ke uyafika la enkantolo izolo uyamkhomba lo mangalelo wesibili uvele ke unesiqiniseko sokuthi uyena ke umsolo wesibili wangena lapha endlini ilokho engisho.
Okokuqala nje ngingakusho since ngiza la ecourt ngimbona kwabuya lokho ngambona ukuthi uyena lo and ngisazomkhomba even ngaphela 20 years noma ngaphela because ngiyambona mina.
This is one thing that I want to make it clear. Since I came to court and I saw him, I could recognize him. Even after 20 years, I can still point him out.
So mase sibuyela kule statement. Statement angicabanga ukuthi sikhona la siphika khona sithi I will no angeke ngiyenze leyo nto.
Now,
Angengikwazi.
coming back to the statement, I do not think that there is part of the content of the statement that explained to the effect that I won't be able to point out.
Yes.
You see, all we have is your say so. We have your ipsa dixit that you will never forget a face, when in fact you've never even previously given any specific general features of the person. Like I'm saying, you only gave the beard, the height, and the hoodie. So there's no standard to judge this identification of yours here in court today against a previous identification.
Yabana lokho kushoyo namhlanje nje ukuthi wena uthi make wabona ubuso ngeke usabukhohlwa. Kodwa ke awukho umgomo esingasebenzela phezukwawo wokuthi ngempela ukwazile yini ukukhomba ubuso uyibona ngeimpawu. Usho ukuthi mhlawumbe khona impawu ezithize ezikhethile ezenza ke ukuthi uma sibheka indlela owakhomba ngakhona esikhathini esindlule nangendlela okhuluma ngakhona manje sibheke leyo migomo ukuthi ngempela ukhombe umuntu okuyena ayikho into enjalo.
Ayikuyiphutha lokho kusho advocate.
I think what you are saying is a mistake. It's an error.
Umuntu nje ngikade kuchazela qala umbekwa kwambona ngaphambilini angeke ukhohlwe yena.
Now, like I have explained earlier, once you have seen a person before, it is not, you won't be able to forget that person.
I'll leave that point for argument. I think I've made my point. Now, let me go to this aspect now. A certain Miss Ntabise Mokete testified in this court.
Khona ke omunye wesimame nje oke weza la enkantolo ezothula ubufakazi bakhe uNthabise Mokete.
And she testified that she's Miss Mapiri, one of the Kumalos neighbors and friends of Makumalos. She's the sister to Mapiri, opposite
Wakusho ke lokho
the
ukuthi
Kumalo
yena
household.
ukuthi yena ke ungusisi kaMaphiri. Lo Maphiri esikhuluma ngaye ungumngani futhi ungumakhelwane wabo Khumalo.
Now her testimony is that at the hospital when Senzo was taken there, she borrowed two of her cell phones to the people from the house so that they can make calls from her phone. I'm not sure for whatever reason why she borrowed them the phone, but she did.
Uthula ubufakazi bakhe la enkantolo wakusho lokho ukuthi wakhe bama cellphone wakhe o2 wanikeza ke labantu bakuloya muzi ukuthi mabafone basebenzisa lawo amafoni wakhe ukuthi mhlambe bebefonela abantu kanjani kodwa ke wabanikeza angishakuza lokho
Yeah, ngiyakuzwa
I hear that.
Are you one of the persons that was borrowed a cell phone by a lady at the hospital to make a call?
ngabe womnye wabantu owabolekwa ifoni owesimame ngenkathi laphana esibhedlela ukuthi ufone
ngayithola vele ifoni angisazi nganginikwe ubani
I did.
angazi nganginikwe but ngayikhona ifoni ngayithola ngafona ngayo because eyambi ngisingesena airtime.
I did receive a phone call from a person. I cannot recall who that person was. Yes, indeed, I did receive a phone call. A phone, and my phone, I was not in possession of. It didn't have
Airtime, yes.
airtime. Ubungayiphethe noma ubungena airtime.
Bingena-airtime bekhona.
Ibikhona.
Yes.
My apology. Let me correct that. My cell phone did not have airtime. Not that I was not in possession of it. But I did receive a phone call from a person whom I cannot remember who the person was.
Kwalo maphira ngeke ngimkhombe makuthiwa ngihlangana naye angimazi.
Even that Mapiri, I won't be able to point her out, even if it means that there's an opportunity for me to meet her, because I don't know her.
Now, do you recall at the hospital on the 26th of November whether or not you called Noktula Hazel Hlophe to inform him about the unfortunate demise of Senzo Meiwa?
Ukhumbula ufonela uNokuthula Hazel Hlophe nge-26 ka-October khona laphana esibhedlela. Umthulela ke okanye umnikeza lo mlayezo ke uthi uSenzo akasekho okanye isigameko esenza ukuthi mhlawumbe uSenzo ngabe sebakhona.
Angikhumbuli ngifonela uNokuthula. I think umuntu engamfonela uSifiso Meyiwe.
I don't remember phone calling Nokuthula.
Yena umuntu engimkhumbulayo ngamfonela.
I do not recall phone calling Nokuthula. The person that I remember to have made a call to was Sfiso.
Nabantu basekhaya ke.
And my family members.
Nomuntu engangithanda naye wayesemlazi because wakwazi ukunyuka asuke ekhaya ayi kaMeyiwe. Ngayo lo suku.
And that person that I was in a love relationship with, I also informed that person because he was able, to travel from Mlazi and to come to the site. But the very same night.
But you know who Hazel Noktula Hlophe is, correct?
Uyamazi Hazel Nokuthula Hlophe.
Yebo ngiyamazi.
Yes, I know Hazel Nokuthula Hlophe.
And who is Mlungisi Hope Hlophe?
Umlungisi Hope Hlophe ngubani yena?
Bengingamazi ngalelo gama ngase ngathola ukuthi uba umuntu engimazi because ngimazi ngelinye igama bizwa ngala hayi ngilithole nje lelo sengihamba iCourt but ngiyamazi yena.
Yes, I know him, even though I didn't know him by that name. There's a different name that I know him with. And I eventually found out that it is the person that I actually know, which I know of a different name.
Yeah.
As we're attending court. I could always hear about that name, but I didn't know who that person was.
Okay, I want to refer you to a statement of Mr. Mlungisi. Sorry, I said Hope. It's Mlungisi Edward Hlophe.
Sikhuluma ngomlungisi Edward Hlophe la.
Statement sabasamor sakhe.
Asilenge phansi.
And unfortunately, from our discovered document, we don't know the signing page when this statement was made and who took it. Perhaps if the state can assist us with the last page. It's A6 of. My Lord, unfortunately, it doesn't show. Eh? It doesn't show who took it and commissioned it, so I'm not sure how you actually.
What's the state's attitude to the elections?
Objectives against the use of the statement before, my lord, especially in light of the fact that it doesn't appear as if it was commissioned.
Yes. Answer.
My Lord, perhaps if it can be admitted provisionally.
I can admit something which was never commissioned. It's like the second docket.
Ngayiphendulela
They
kusona
indicated that they will call Mr. Lope. I think they should await that opportunity.
kanti nami ke ngayiphendulela ungaqhubeka nje usukuze ngayiphendulela ngibona inkinga.
No, it's fine.
I can reply to this one. I don't see any problem.
So we're going to call Mr. Shoppe.
My Lord, I'll wait for that. Maybe others will use it differently.
Okay.
Let me see where I am, my Lord. Now, Mr. Madlala.
Are we already
Sesidlulile
done with the
statement.
statement?
Ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi why singalokhu singayenzanga lento ekufanele senziwe yona if kuyi statement esabhala umuntu nami fanele ngithole impendulo
I also want to know.
usiletha kumina kusho ukuthi sibhalwe ngami.
I also want to know why is it that this is a statement that wasn't commissioned, and the fact that it is brought to me, it is a statement that has to do with me as well. So I want to know why has it not been commissioned like any of the other statements that were commissioned.
And angaze ngifundelwe sona ngifuna ukufundelwa sona ngisazi ukuthi siphetheni.
And I also want this statement to be read back to me. I want to know what is contained in that statement.
Yes.
Well, in the eyes of the law, it's not a statement
Yabona la ke emehlweni umthetho akusona statement
because it cannot be shown that it was commissioned.
ngoba ikwazi ukubonisa ukuthi iya commission.
So it's
Sa commission.
inadmissible.
Futhi ke akusona ke istatement esamukelekile la enkantolo.
Ngiyavuma Nkosi yami. Kusho kona ukuthi vele into engekho kusona. Lithi izwa singakomishiniwe.
Kusho khona ukuthini?
Into engekho lela kusona.
Yeah, no. I agree, my lord. That means whatever it is in here, it doesn't exist. That is why it wasn't commissioned.
And mina ngizofuna nomuntu esabhalwa ngaphansi kwakhe azosichaza la ecourt. Ukuthi sabhalwa nini? Wayisithathe kanjani? Why isibhalwe ngo-2019 ever since usenzo ishone 2014 2015 besikuphi 2016 besikuphi 2017 besikuphi 2018 besikuphi why sovela ngo-2019
I would also want answers from the person that actually reduced the statement into writing to give answers to the effect that why is the statement taken on, only in 2019? Where was the statement after the passing on of Senzo? Where was the statement in 2015? 2016, why was it not taken? 2017, 2018, why was it not taken? I want those answers.
if sibale ngaleyo ndlela ukuthi subufakazi benkantolo kwafanele silethe ngawo 2014 usibe lapho ko-2015 hayi 2019 and ubani wayephethe licala ngo-2019 ufuna ukwazi
If it is that important before this honorable court, why was it not taken in 2014, at least the latest 2015? And who is this particular person that had actually taken this statement? And I also want to know. I want to know.
We will find out in due course, Mr. Madlala.
Sizokuthola lokho ngesikhathi sakho.
If you need to come and answer, you'll be recalled again once this person has testified.
Yabona uma ke isidingo sikhona sokuthi wena uphinde ubize futhi uzothola ubufakazi bakho. Emva kokuthi ke lo muntu abizwe naye lokho kuzokwenzeka.
okay hayi ngakujabulela lokho
I'd be very happy about that.
Now let's move on to the last aspect of what I want to touch with you quickly. And I'll start first by saying that the truth of what happened in that house on the 26th of October 2014 is known only by the following persons.
Now, iqiniso lo ukuthi kwenzakalani kulowo muzi nge-26 October 2014 yaziwa ke ilabantu abalandelayo.
It's yourself,
Wena
Kelly Khumalo,
Kelly Khumalo,
Zandile Khumalo,
Uzandile Khumalo,
Makhumalo,
uMakhumalo
and Mtokozi Sitwala.
noMthokozi Sithwala. Yakuzwa lokho?
ngiyakuzwa but ngicela ukukhulume ngami la mina ngilo leqiniso lusho yilo lelingilisho la yilo lelengilikhuluma
I
la
hear what you are saying. The truth that you are talking about is the truth that I am presenting before this court. The one that I'm talking about right now, that's the truth.
And further, I will put to you that there were no intruders that entered that house on the 26th of October 2014 that
Yes,
shot
okay.
and killed Senzonile.
Ngifuna ukusho ke ukuthi akukho abangeneleli okanye ama-intruder angena laphayana endlini nge-26 ka-October 2014 bangena badubula usenzo babulala usenzo.
ngiyakuzwa ukuthi uthini
I hear what
mawukuthi
you are saying.
nempendulo yokuthi ubani ngicela ungitshele manje ukuthi ubani
Now,
because
if you-
angenanga muntu angithi usho kanjalo
Now, if
ngitshele ukuthi ubani
that is what you are saying, then you've got the answer as to who actually did it. Because at this point, you are saying, or at this point in time, you are saying that there are no intruders that had access to the house. Now, tell me now,
or else uhlawumpisele ungenani ungitshele ukuthi ubani so that ngizokuphendula
at least you should tell me who it was so that I can then be able to answer you or respond.
Those are the propositions
to me.
I'm putting to you. If you want any clarification, re-exam will come with my legal colleague, Mr. Baloyi.
Uma ngabe kukhona ke ingqophiselo ofuna ukuba nayo ubaba uBaloyi makazophinde futhi akubuza imibuzo kuyovelela lapho.
because ayikho lento oyishoyo
Because what you are
amanga la
saying-
washoyo
whatever you are saying, it doesn't exist. All that you are
Ngiyaxolisa.
saying, it's lies.
ngiyaxolisa mangisho ngathi angihloniphi ukuthi anginazi isikhathi sokudlala mina ngeke ngivele ngisuke ngize la ngizoqamba amanga
Look, I
Anginaso
apologize
isikhathi
if it sounds as though I am being disrespectful, but I don't have time to play.
and lokho kusho ngakusho because vele usesayidini lalabantu abadefendayo
Now, whatever that you are saying, you are privy to saying it because you are on the side of the people that you are defending.
and ngingathanda ukuthi ungitshele ukuthi mangizoqamba amanga ngobani isiphi izathu ukuthi ngiqamba amanga
I
ufuna
would
unginike
also
izathu
wish, I would also wish to receive that information pertaining to the fact or to the allegations that I am lying, that you should substantiate that. And what would be the reason for me to lie?
eyi kumnandi mina because aniyazi impilo engiphilile ngenxa yale case
It's actually good to you. It feels good to you because you don't know what I underwent because of this case.
Are you done?
Qedile?
njengoba ngangikhulumi nje kusho khona sengiqedile
Since I'm not saying anything, it means that I'm done.
You see, at the beginning, Mr. Madlala, with the utmost respect to you, I've told you I'll never disrespect you, and I don't expect you to disrespect me.
Ngiye
I'm
ngakutshela
doing
uMadlala.
my job as the defense
uyakwenza
counsel.
ungidisrespect uma uthi angenanga muntu endlini ngangikhona kwangena abantu usho ukuthini uma usho njalo
That
because mina
you
engangikhona
are- you are-
uyangidisrespecta uma usho njalo
you
or
are
disrespect
disrespecting-
engishoyo
You are disrespecting me. You are disrespecting what I am saying.
Please.
Because I am telling you of what transpired.
You don't have to argue with counsel. Counsel is here to
Yeah,
defend his
artificial.
client. Just answer the questions you are being asked.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
ngiyakuzwa lot
Understood, my lord. Ungaphikisani naye. Wena uphendula nje umbuzo. Akubuza umbuzo umphendule.
ngiyaxolisa ukuthi sengikhathele into ukuthi kuthiwa ngenanga muntu endlini yo sengikhathele leyo nto ayikho lento yamanga
I apologize. It's only that I'm now fed up. I'm tired of the fact that they are saying, or it is being said, that there is no one that intruded the house.
Now, Kaya Nglashe, one of the neighbors of the Kumalos, testified that as soon as they learned that there were alleged intruders in the Kumalo household, he and other community members went to the park where it was said the alleged intruders had run to, and they searched the park for about 12 minutes, and they found no suspicious persons in the park.
Ukhaya usho njalo emva ukuthi kube nalokho ukuthi kunabantu abangene endlini kaMakhumalo base ke bona ke yena ukhaya namanye amalungu omphakathi bayahamba ke bayobhekana nalabo bantu baya ngale ngase parking kodwa ke bathi mababuye mabafika khona ke azange bathole umuntu babuye bengatholanga umuntu khona kuleyo park.
Angeke ngangena kakhulu lapho kodwa masuyibheka nawo advocate leyo nto wena ungenza umonakalo la uphinde ube la awuyicabangisise leyo nto.
Now, I will not get or delve too much into that. You cannot be here and still cause some damage right there in the same vicinity. It is not possible. You can also think about it.
He testified that after searching for about plus minus 12 minutes, they returned directly to the Kumalo household.
Waseke uyafakaza ukuthi emva ukuthi baseshe mhlambe isikhathi singenza 12 minutes baphindela futhi khona lapha kaKhumalo endlini kaKhumalo.
And as he entered the Kumalo household in the passageway near in the kitchen entrance near the passageway, he saw Senzo lying on his back in that position.
Uthi ke mase mabafika lapha kaKhumalo bengena ekitchen khona la kuphela khona ikitchen iqale passage ubona nangu uSenzo ulele khona ubheke phezulu.
That they tried to make him sit down, and that's when he realized and others that he was injured, and therefore he then assisted the people that in the house, especially he remembers Mtokozi Sitwala, to go and load Senzo in the X6 BMW to take him to hospital.
Uthi ke base bayamsiza ke ukuthi makahlale ukhumbula uMthokozi Sitwala kuomunye wabantu ke wafaka isandla khona lapha nekutheni kuthathwe ulokho njani uSenzo bamthathe bamseka semotweni ngoba bese sebebona ukuthi ulimele uSenzo.
Ubani ukhaya ubani?
Who's Kaya?
Neighbor.
Okay.
Ngicela nje sihle kancane mekethi wabajaha abantu wayiphetheni ukhaya.
Manje can we just go back a bit? When he says that he chased after these people, what were they in possession of?
Ngathi umuntu ade eqhumisa isibhamu edubula la uphinde umjahe ubabephetheni ezandleni labo.
What were they in possession of?
Let's not digress, Mr. Madlala.
The person.
Let's not be a debate, please.
Okay.
The point that I'm trying to show to you is that in the time that the community members and Kaya Nglashe went to look for and search for the suspects and come back in the 12 minutes, Senzo Meiwa was still lying in the house without medical care or being taken to hospital.
Engusho yilokho nje ngaleso sikhathi ukhaya Ngqashe nabanye ke bomphakathi bahamba bayobhekana nalo bantu bathathe 12 minutes bese bayabuya bengabatholanga kanjalo. Ngaleso sikhathi uSenzo besendlini elele phansi endlini engatholi unyango nje ngasendlini.
Usho ukuthini bengatholi usizo?
Now what do you mean that he wasn't receiving any medical help?
His testimony is that, and I'm not going to answer the questions from you. This is the last time
Manje
because it's relevant.
angeke ngize ngiphendule imibuzo eqhamuka kuyo okugcina ke manje lo.
Nama ngingikwazi ukuphendula ngestatement sakakhaya. Ukuphendula ngesami.
Even myself, I cannot reply you based on Kaya's statement. I will reply to you based on my version of events.
Now, were you there when Senzo was loaded into the X6?
Ubukhona?
Yebo kunjalo.
Yes, I was there when he was loaded into the X6.
Now, what I'm putting to you in that regard is that during that 12 minutes, you, Kelly Khumalo, Makhumalo, and Tumelo Madlala failed to call an ambulance or EMS for Senzo Meiwa, who was lying prone in the kitchen.
Ngaleso sikhathi ke wena uMakhumalo Khelikhumalo no Lokunjani. It was himself, Makhumalo, Khelikhumalo and
Tumelo.
his Tumelo.
Oh, yeah, Tumelo. So, Mthokozisi.
Nomthoko. Azange ke kukhonakala ukuthi kufonele iambulance ukuthi kuzosizwa lo Musenzo ngaleso sikhathi.
Sazama ukuthatha usenzo simfaka emotweni angi-understand kuma bethi azange athole usizo ukuthi kanjani and ngingachaza futhi phambili ukuthi njengoba sikhuluma nje nawo advocate akufani nomuntu osuke ethukile nomuntu osuke engakholwa lento eyenzakalile state of mind isuke singafani nalesi sisuke njengoba ngila nje.
I don't know what does the advocate mean when he says that there wasn't any help that was given to Senzo. Because it was not the circumstances under which we had to finish our help to Senzo were not as relaxed as one could be currently. You know, how one was doing under such circumstances, it's not as easy as the advocate is actually putting it. We tried to put him into the vehicle.
And your testimony at the beginning is that after the first shot, you ran into a bedroom and your ears were ringing and you were, for lack of better word, you were temporarily deafened, correct?
Manje ke usho kanjalo emva ukuthi isibhamu sichuma kokuqala kwase ke uyezwa ke emadlebeni khona lo kunjani ke lenkwele yakhala nje ngapha ngasemadlebeni.
Yebo kunjalo.
Kanti ke amadlebe akho ke ase ayavaleka. That is correct. Ngokwesikhashana singathi temporarily deafened. Yes, it is so. It is so.
So you'd agree with me that you don't really know what transpired in the kitchen after you had left the kitchen to run to the bedroom, correct?
Akwazi ukwenzakalana ekitchen emva kokuthi wena ke ubaleke uye ngase gombeni lokulala. Akwazi ukuthi waqhubeka kwenzakalana ngaleso sikhathi.
Yebo kunjalo.
Yes, it is indeed so, advocate.
And would you also confirm that you did not hear any subsequent gunshots going off as a result of your ears ringing?
Manje ke ngabe kuyiqiniso ke ukuthi azange usaphinda uzwa machuma isibhamu ngenxa ukuthi uzwe lo msindo ngasemadlebeni.
Yes, nokuthuka novalo.
Yes, additional to that is the fact that I was shocked. Yes.
Now, if you don't want to comment because it doesn't speak to you about you directly, but it's evidence that's been led and I must test it.
Uma ungakwazi ukuthi uyiphendula ke ungayiphenduli kodwa ke ubufakazi engizozama ke ukuthi ngilibeke la kuwena.
Now the same Kayangache that I've referred to, who is the son of the neighbors or of the Kumalos, testify in this court regarding what he heard and observed on the evening of the 26th of August 2014.
Ilokho ke ukhaya ngashe okwazi ukuthi akulethe lana enkantolo ukuthi yena uboneni ukhaya ngashe ungumakhelwane olokho
nje besikhuluma ngayo
ukuthi kwenzakaleni ke nge-26 ka October 2014.
Now his testimony is that he came back from home from a music festival around 7 p.m. at night.
Ubufakazi bakhe lokho ukuthi wafika ke endlini eqhamuka kwi concert yomculo wafika endlini mhlawumbe ngabo 7 ebusuku.
That he went to his room in the house at the neighbors and started preparing for work because it was a Sunday, so he was going to work on a Monday.
Wase ungena ke egumbini lakhe ezilungiselela ke kanjalo ukuthi makaye emsebenzini bekuyisonto ngophela ke ube ngena emsebenzini.
That at some stage he heard noise and sounds coming from the Kumalo household.
Uthi kukhona ke isikhathi la ezwe nje umsindo owawenzeka ke okanye imisindo ethize yayenzeka khona ngale ngakakhumalo.
And that he then went to check from his window to look into the Kumalo household as to what was happening.
waya ke lapha efasteleni le gumbi lakhe ukuyobuka ke ukuthi kwenzakalani khona ngale ngakakhumalo.
And as he is observing the Kumalo household, the kitchen side of the Kumalo household, on one of the small windows at the Kumalo household, he saw a gentleman or a person wearing a white t-shirt with his back against the window.
Uthi ke makabheka njalo wabona ke umuntu omile khona lapha efasteleni encane lendlu lena eka khumalo ekitchen. Uthi ubona ke umuntu emile obegqoke eflathele usuthi ubegqoke iskipa esimhlophe eflathele ifront stair.
Then at some stage he heard sounds that felt like plates and cups breaking.
Njengoba kalokho ke wasozwa ke imisindo efana nokuthi kuwa ama plate ke namakomiji ke kanjalo.
And as he and his father went towards the passage in order to go outside to investigate as to what was happening,
Baba nesikhathi yena ke nobaba bakhe bahamba khona la passage bethi bezoya ngaphandle bazokwazi ukuthi bayobona ukuthi kwenzakalani.
he heard a gunshot
Wasezwa ke isibhamu siqhuma
emanating from the Kumalo household.
lo mdumo wawuqhamuka khona lapho ngakakhumalo.
At that stage, he saw a person that we now know that is Mtokozi Sitwala, having had jumped into their yard.
Uthi ngaleso sikhathi ke wabona umlisa nje ejumpele ngapha okanye egqimele ngapha kwijati labo. Kanti ke ngaleso sikhathi ube ngamazi owenze ukuthi obamanje amazi ukuthi maseka ethula ubufakazi bakho ukuthi kwakuMthokozi Sitwala.
Now, what I'm putting to you is that in relation to that narrative by Kaya, going back to what irritates you, that there were no intruders in the Kumalo household that night.
Uyabona ke mayelana lokho okukhulunywa ukhaya ngisho akukho bantu abangena endlini okuya ngalesi statement sika Khaya ama intruders.
Yeah,
I don't know whether there is a correct inference and then put it as a fact to a witness.
yeah, no, I just,
Let's leave it now.
unless you
Advocate.
rephrase,
Advocate.
because the way you're putting it,
Yeah.
it's like Kaya is making the assertion.
Kaya is?
Making that assertion which we're
Oh,
making.
But advocate, if Umthogo ebalekele kamakhelwane,
Nonetheless, advocate,
If-
if Mtogo ran into the neighbor's yard,
angabalekela abantu ukuyibona nje ngicommenters abenze lento aphinda abuyile kulabo bantu. Ngifuna ukuthola lapho.
now I need clarity on that fact, or on that point. He's fleeing from people initially, and he runs into the neighbor's yard. Then at a later stage, he goes back to the very people that he was fleeing from. I just need clarity.
Yini abayibalekela kanti?
In an actual fact, what is it that he was fleeing from?
Mtogo has testified. You've said you don't speak about other people in your testimony. He's
Anjo wena
testified for
uthe
himself.
awukhulumi ngabanye abantu ebufakazini bakho.
Yes.
Umthogo ke osethulile.
Wena bafaka advocate, nivalile akha wayibuyisa futhi.
You are the one that is bringing them into these proceedings. I
Yes,
closed that one
Now-
and then you
Please,
reopened
please,
it.
please, let's make progress,
Yes,
please.
you are, my lord. Now, tell me something. What was the real reason that you came to visit Senzo Meiwa that day, on the 25th, and you didn't arrive on the 25th, you came on the 26th?
Isizathu esakwenza ukuthi uzozovakashela uSenzo Meyiwa nge-26.
Saso ephathini.
We're going to go to the party. Yeka?
Nika Mahamutha, Roy Mahamutha.
We're going to go to a party in Sunning Hill. That would be Roy Mahamuta's party.
And also, did you come here to facilitate some lobola negotiations or things for Kelly and Senzo?
Okunye mhlambe weza nje uzoba mhlambe umkhongi endabeni zamalobolo okanye ingxenye ke yeyingxoxo zamalobolo phakathi kwaSenzo noKelly Khumalo.
Ayi.
Kuba njalo.
Into engekho leyo. Angikaze ngalobola naphi fana ukuthi kulotsholwa kanjani.
It's nothing like that. I've never conducted the lobola
wayezongitshela uSenzo
negotiations
leyo nto if ngizokwenza
before.
leyo nto.
Senzo would have told me if that would have been the purpose for me to come up to Joburg.
Kwakuzoba khona ne-family member futhi lapho ngizobe ngisuke ngedwa nje ngizolobola.
There would have been a family member. I wouldn't have been the only representative for that lobola.
Now, you've testified that when you were loading Senzo into the car to take him to hospital, you actually got into the car so that you can pull him into the car because he was heavy and his feet were still outside the car. Is that
Ukutshilo
correct?
lokho ke ukuthi uma nimfaka emotweni wangena nje emotweni wena ukuthi uzokwazi ukumdonsa ngoba ke imilenze yakhe yayilokilengela ngaphandle kwemoto.
Yebo kunjalo.
That is indeed so.
Now, Zandile Kumalo has testified about this aspect as follows, that in fact she's the one that got into the car through the front passenger seat between, got at the back and pulled Senzo into the car. What's your comment on that?
Uthini ngalokho ke ukuthi uZandile uthi yena ke wangena kulesi sikhathi esingaphambili somgibeli. Ngamanje ngale ngaku left wangena emotweni ke wasiya emuva. Ekwazi ke ukuthi azobamba ulokho njani amdonse. Adonse uSenzo amfake emotweni udinga lokho ke wena.
Noma uthi wayengeniwe ngikabe namandla okumba umuntu efana ngeke namandla okubamba indoda esinda kanjani ayidonga wayengeke yedwa. Never.
Even if that would have been the truth from the statement of Zandile Kumalo, she would not have been able to can pull that person as heavy as Senzo. She wouldn't.
Now, we are on the last aspects, which are very few. Do you know perhaps if Zandile Kumalo, Kelly Kumalo, Makumalo, Longwe Twala attended the memorial service that was held for Senzo Meyiwa before his
Uyakwazi lokho ukuthi mhlambe uZandi Khumalo, Kelly Khumalo, Longwe Twala, uMakhumalo bakwazi yini kuya khona lapha kuyilokho njani kwi memorial service eyayibanjwe yena lona uSenzo Khumalo. Sorry uSenzo Meyiwa, sorry.
Anginalo ulwazi laleyo nto ngikaze ngibabone mina.
I do not have a knowledge of that. I didn't witness them doing so.
And do you know further if the same people, Zandile Kumalo, Kelly Kumalo, Makumalo, Longwe Twala, had been to the Meyiwa family to go and, I don't think we've got the English word, I don't know it, to Tibisa, I'm not sure what it's called, to go and to have their condolences with them, to explain to them what happened to their son.
Ngabe uyakwazi lokho ukuthi mhlambe uKelly Khumalo Khumalo uma Khumalo noLongwe Twala bahamba khona lapha baya kwa Meyiwa ukuyoduduza khona yini.
Yes, that's right.
Ay anginalo ulwazi ke olungakanani ngaleyo nto. Kodwa uKelly bekafike lapha kanokuthula hlale noma kuma 7 days.
uKelly
Bekafika vakashela usisi kaSenzo omdala lapha ePhoenix. Ahlale noma boma 7 days lapha.
I do not have a full knowledge of that, but there were instances where Kelly would visit the sister, the elder sister to Senzo, in Phoenix before the passing on of Senzo, and she would be there for about the likes of 7 days.
Now, when you loaded Senzo Meyiwa in the car, was he conscious at the time?
Uma nimfake emotweni obesaphapheme ngabanye amazwi ke obengaqulekanga.
Angike ngikwazi ukuchaza kahle leso simo kodwa wangikhumbula ukuthi wayesinda nje.
I cannot explain that part of the occurrence. What I remember is that he was heavy.
My Lord, if I may take instructions, then I'm on my last. Thank you, my Lord. I'm indebted. No further questions for me.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Nisi.
I realize that we only left with 15 minutes towards the long break. I may suggest that we break for now and come back probably 15 minutes to 2.
Mr. Louis.
We have no objection.
Okay. Reassemble.
2 o'clock.